26 points to Bath, 27 to Exeter. Exeter get a massive win away from home at Bath to take themselves to the Prem final. What an ending to an incredible match. At one stage, it was 26 points to 10 to Bath. Honestly, is this a massive choke from Bath or just an incredible comeback from Exeter? I wasn't even planning to do a match reaction to this game, but I feel like I have to right now. I will still be doing my review for the weekend, but I have to do a match reaction for this game. What a semi-final, and out of all the semi-finals from all the competitions, this was probably the best one. I'd have to say this was the best one. What a game of rugby. And I knew coming into this game that Exeter had a chance to kind of do something special. They signed all these players this year and they went and did that. A massive upset at the Rec, at Bath, a place you just don't go and win. Or you just, honestly, you don't go there and you just don't go and beat Bath. And they just did it. What a game. Some incredible moments from Exeter. But I think it was that kind of really kind of digging deep in the second half. An incredible performance from them to really dig deep. But if you do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate all the support. All the emotions are coming out right now. This is my honest reaction as soon as the final whistle's gone right now. An incredible comeback from Exeter. And just that defense on the line. I think it was 40 plus phases or 35 plus phases at the end of the game. Wow, what a defensive effort from Exeter. Incredible coaching and just an incredible game of rugby. I do feel for Bath fans because the Bath team looked like they were ready to win this game. They looked like they were ready to win the competition as well. Some incredible players from Bath, some incredible moments. But honestly, you can't take away from what Exeter just did. That was out of this world. That was such a good performance from Exeter, and you could see that those signings that they made throughout the off-season really paid off. Hooper, Ekitau, Dweba, all these guys at the end of the game were putting their bodies on the line. There was just some incredible rugby today. I mean, they didn't even have their full strength team. There might still be a few guys coming back as well, but with the guys they had today, they were honestly magnificent. What a performance from Exeter, and I honestly can't help but just feel so bad for the Bath fans watching this game, because the way they started this game with so much confidence. Of course, at the start of the game, it's always going to be quite close, but then going into halftime, it really looked like Bath kind of had a hold of this game. They looked like they were going to just dominate coming out in the second half. Then Exeter just flipped the switch. Yes, they probably didn't react the way they wanted to directly after halftime, but then after that, the kind of emotion kicked in for them. They started playing to their kind of strengths, playing with confidence. And I mean, guys like Varney, Slade in open play, obviously not just kicking for poles, were really good today. Everybody in that Exeter team in the second half was extremely good today. They were accurate. And I mean, coming down to those last 40 phases at the end of the game, I think it was 40 phases. That's what I heard in the commentary, because I just finished watching the game right now. Defending for 40 phases, and most of that being in your 22. Bath putting on the pressure, attacking really well to eventually hold up the ball. The discipline it takes to do that is absolutely out of this world. So all credit has to go to this Exeter team for the way they defended. They honestly, they don't say, this is a bit of a cliche, but they say defense wins championships, and it's defense like that really does go and win championships. What a performance from Exeter. I can't help but feel so bad for the Bath fans, because they looked in it. They looked like the better team at the start of the game, but you can't really say that the better team didn't win at the end of the day. Exeter went away from home to a hostile environment at Bath, at the Rec, with the kind of pressure pumping against them. They were down 26-10 and they found a way back away from home. All the Exeter travelling fans were absolutely incredible today. Even the players in the crowd that couldn't play themselves were absolutely phenomenal. An incredible performance from Exeter, and that is what you really love about the Prem. Now, I haven't really been watching the Prem much in the regular season, because more than likely I'm going to be watching the URC, but that was as good as it gets for a playoff game. One of the best second halves of rugby I've seen, honestly, in a very long time. Really, one of the best club rugby second halves I've seen ever in my life. That was a really good second half of rugby to watch. The competitiveness of that game, I think that's the one word to really describe this game. Competitiveness and desire. No team gave an inch. No team gave anything. And Bath didn't even attack probably for the whole second half, and they looked really good there in the last kind of 5 minutes on attack. Van der Linde was really quick off the base, and I really thought, no ways, this is not going to be the way guys like Bradbury or guys like O'Barbary, whatever his name is, and guys like Thomas Dutoy left Bath. There's no ways I thought that was going to happen, but it did. So they couldn't get the fairy tale ending they wanted, but Exeter, all the signings pulled through, this Exeter team right now can go and win this competition. They definitely can. They have what it takes. They've got the player pool, they've got the depth, and they might get a few guys back as well, which will really help them. And if I'm Northampton, they were probably at halftime already watching film and kind of watching footage of this Bath team to kind of prepare for the final, for the Prem final. That's not the case anymore. It's an Exeter team, a very lively, energetic team, really honestly playing with so much passion, and they really want to win this competition, and I think they can. Now this just makes me even more excited about the final. Northampton versus Exeter. It's going to be an absolutely epic game of rugby. But I will say, it's going to be very difficult to get emotionally up for that game after a game like this. Now, we've seen it before in the World Cup. We saw it with South Africa after the France game in the quarterfinal. They just emotionally couldn't get up for it, or physically just couldn't get up for it the same way in the semi-final, and England capitalized on that. Will it be the same? Will Exeter be kind of flat next time they play in the Prem final? Possibly not, but what's really important now for Exeter is to just kind of regroup, regather themselves emotionally, recharge physically, focus a lot on their recovery. They had 1 day less to prepare now as well, so 1 day less to recover, which might help them. They're kind of battle ready as well, but I mean, they're going to really have to focus on their recovery because this was a bruising encounter. And I just have to give a special shout out to Thomas Tutoy. You saw the kind of reception he got when he left the field. Almost everyone at the Rec was giving him a standing ovation. He is coming back to the Sharks next year, my team, which I am happy about. But it always makes me sad to see a player like that that's become a legend at a club leaving the club, when he was obviously just such a legend there and having a really good season there. One of the best seasons from a prop, probably in the history of the Prem. So very unfortunate to see that he is leaving, but just it's unfortunate that he ended his career that way at Bath. But still, that being said, a phenomenal career to him, and I think this Bath team has what it takes to still go into the next few years and really just win a few more titles as well. Remember, Finn Russell wasn't playing today, Guy Pepper wasn't there, so you can't really say that they didn't win because those guys weren't there, but it definitely does make a big difference. So going forward, I do think Bath will still be a massive challenger next year and the year after, but it is a very disappointing way for them to end the season when they wanted to have a fair crack at the Champions Cup and a fair crack as well at the Premiership. So an unfortunate loss, an unfortunate semi-final loss, and an unfortunate way to kind of end the season for Bath. But I mean, what a semi-final for Exeter. What a way to kind of boost their way into the final. And they don't just have a fighter's chance in the kind of final. They don't have a fighter's chance in the final. They have a very good chance in the final, because I was saying before this week in the previews, between Bath and Exeter, whoever makes the final, it's going to be a straight shootout in the final. It's going to be a 50-50, the same way it was in this game. I honestly did think Bath, Exeter, and Northampton were the three teams a level above the rest in the kind of irregular season throughout the year. So it doesn't surprise me that Exeter did beat Bath, but the way they did was absolutely incredible. So all credit has to go to Exeter. I mean, I'm just still, you can see how I'm reacting to this game. What a game, what a performance. But if you guys do enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. There's going to be a lot more content coming out. I can't promise all the content I'll be as excited as this, because that was an awesome game to watch. But if you do enjoy the content, stick around and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.